ألا من كنت مولاه فهذا علي مولاه، اللهم وال من والاه وعاد من عاداه.
In 1992, the end of 1992, it was Brother Azad who approached me at my brother's place once. He was visiting my brother Hassan, the late marhum Hassan Sayyid, and I happened to be in the area, and he's given me a book to read. Then I was guided, and I didn't pay much interest because I just thought it was just one of those books to read. And yes, in 1992 was the first time that I got introduction to the Shia Islam. I started reading the book the very same night that he's given it to me, and in fact I completed the book the very same night. And when I started to read things in that book, it went exactly against the grain of my thought, is that this is not what I've learned in my madrasa days. And I believed at that point in time is that I knew quite a bit about Islam, and only after reading the book did I realize how little I knew about Islam. And then I started to investigate, and there was a particular hadith, a hadith of Fadak that I read, and that started my investigation. And then I wanted to see how true it was that Bibi Fatima Salamun Alayha has faced all these atrocities in life. And at that point in time, when I authenticated this hadith, especially from the school of thought that I've come from, and I found that to be true, then I said, Shukr to my Allah that you have guided me onto the right.
Delve deeper, and we started scratching to establish what is it behind this political movement, only to discover that there was an ideological force which was in fact the school of Ahlul Bayt.
I didn't know what school of thought I followed. All I knew is that we were along colleagues who said that we are Ashik Rasul, and that's all I knew, that we should stand for Salam, we should read our Salah, and that to me was my Islam. And later, after studying the school of Ahlul Bayt Islam, did I realize that I followed the Barelvi school of thought.
When you embraced the school of Ahlul Bayt, did you have much difficulty in practicing the faith? Did you have problems from the family or the wider community? What was your experience in the early years of being a Shia?
I think the day that I've authenticated Hadith of Fadak, I was not fearful for any person I came across. I confronted every single ulama that I knew and wanted to know exactly, is this true or not? And when I realized that they couldn't give me answers and they were playing hide and seek, then I realized that there was much to it. And that's what made me even more stronger. So as we gained momentum, my family actually split in two. So they are lovers of Ahlul Bayt, and then half of my family started to follow the school of Ahlul Bayt Islam, and the other half, my blood brothers, were actually against me. So my family basically is split into two, because they regard me, because they ulama tell them that our school of thought is kufr. So they keep away from basically myself. It was very difficult. The first few years were extremely difficult. Remember, it was just a handful of us that had to face the entire community. And when you greeted your fellow brother, Assalamu alaikum, he would not greet you back because he thought you were a kafir. And those things brought tears to our eyes. We had to endure those pain up to this very time. When you want to reflect on the past, people treated you like, you were so alone. You were so alone. There was not another Shia brother that was in a vicinity, nor anybody that would lend that support into saying, brother, chill, everything will be okay. We were alone. We just had to endure that pain. Shukr to Afosa, Maulana Aftab Haidar, that when we met him at a later stage, he was the one that was our motivating factor. Brother, hang in there, hang in there. These things happened to Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and basically my strength, when I read about Bibi Zainab Salamun alayha, and every time when you take the name of Bibi Zainab Salamun alayha, that is my strength. When Bibi Zainab Salamun alayha stood in the court of Yazid and spoke like a father eloquently and defended Imam Hussein alayhi salam and the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam, up to this day, this is my motivating factor. And this is the story that I tell my kids. And I say from the bottom of my heart, to stand up anywhere in any part of the world and scream that I am the lover of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. And this is what I have inculcated in my family, my wife, my children, and whoever I can. And what the challenges that we face today, and what gets me going is that when we find a simple excuse wherever it is in the community, the moment there is an excuse to talk about the love for the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam, we will stop anything we're doing just to tell people, look at what is out there. Look at what is out there, what you are missing. And this is what keeps us so energized day in and day out.